and you've spent years searching out the perfect plants to have successful gardens for all of your clients. Now we're going to talk about something that I particularly love to plant all kinds of things.
Yes.
Blueberries and strawberries and grapes and, tomatoes and you name it. This is called Top Hat. It is a live blueberry bush that you're going to get. It was just introduced at the end of March. The size of the plant on this, I think you're going to love because it's a more compact plant, but it has full-size, juicy, fresh, wonderful fruit to it. Three Easy Pays at $9.98 will get these home for you. Can you imagine fresh blueberries, maybe on your deck, your patio, if you put it in a container?
Yeah, I don't even have to dream about it. I actually have it.
Do you?
And I love these because, yes, of course I do. I don't sell anything that I haven't tried because you can read a whole lot on the internet, but I don't believe half of it. I want to know myself. So you've got these great top hat blueberries. And by the way, I call this an edible ornamental because in the springtime, you'll have the beautiful white flowers on it that look kind of like lily of the valley. Every flower turns into a nice big blueberry. And then in the fall, the foliage turns fire engine red, and the plant is only 2 feet tall and 2 feet wide, and it's covered in blueberries. So it's tidy.
Nice.
It earns its space in the garden. If you've got, say, dwarf spireas, which I like a lot in my garden, you can plant those with these. Full sun for these, also fertilize these, but it's a great way to have blueberries if you've got a small space and you want something that's beautiful. There are not many shrubs that are beautiful 3 seasons in a row.
Well,
perennial.
Again, these are perennial. So you invest in them, you put the hard work in the first time, and that's it. And I will also say, Philip, the largest plant that you will ship us comes in either a gallon or a half gallon. This is a half gallon. And you can see there's already some of those blooms that Philip was talking about. And you can see they're almost shaped like a blueberry. So this baby is ready to go the first year and will only get better year after year. You can have Easy Pay on each and every one of these. If you want to go ahead and pick up, maybe like a trio of them or something, or we could do build to, ship to. You may want to, maybe ship them to your mom and dad or to your grandkids. I think something like this is so fun to have.
And I love it because it doesn't overwhelm other things. Say, if you have a small herb garden, or if you've got a small rock garden, you can plant those in there as a centerpiece. Just a handsome, handsome plant. Great foliage, great blooms, great blueberries. And also, you can also plant them with little boxwood. There are a lot of companion plants that you can plant it with, also in the edge of your front border. Most flowering shrubs have to be toward the back. This could be right up on the front where it's easy to reach in and get them. And just a good looking plant, but delicious firm blueberries, not the mealy ones. And I like these because you see in the grocery store, sometimes they'll be selling those blueberries that are really, really enormous.
Mushy. Yeah.
I find when they're so gigantic, they're not great. This is that in-between size where it's not too small, it's not too big, it's just right. It's got all of that flavor. I like mine to be sweet, but I also like for it to have a little bit of tartness to it. I don't want bland blueberries. This is all about the flavor. Top Hat is the top blueberry at only 2 feet tall and 2 feet wide. You'll love this. Everybody's got a spot for this. Think of a sunny spot where you want to have blueberries. It's this for you.
Landscape garden containers, a perennial for you. Full sun, and they're not going to take over the garden. You don't have to worry about that. And imagine that, and I was listening to Mary Beth as I was getting ready, and she was talking about, and her guest, talking about passing down. I think it was our friends from Roberta's, passing down that love of gardening to your kids, to your grandkids. So maybe they don't like blueberries, but suddenly when you grow them and they go out there and they pick them and they throw them on their cereal, or they have them in their blueberry pancakes, or you make blueberry muffins with blueberries that you grew yourself. There is just something magical to me about growing this kind of thing.
Honey, that salad looks fabulous.
I know, doesn't it?
I'm coming right over. It looks fabulous. And my Hazel that gardens with me.
Yes.
And she never liked blueberries. I couldn't get her to eat them until we grew them. So that's the difference. Something that comes from the grocery store and something you grew for yourself, those are completely different deals. And so don't think, oh, I don't like that. You just hadn't had the right one yet. Top Hat Blueberry is the right one, and it's only 2 feet tall and 2 feet wide. You're going to love this because it's an edible ornamental, as I mentioned, and just a great addition to your garden. Grow your own food. And by the way, reserve your plants now. Supply chain issues are real, so don't come up short.
Fewer than 1,500 to go around. Don't forget that